A VPN, short for Virtual Private Network, is a privacy protection tool that is quickly becoming a must-have. But why do you need a VPN, and how does it work in the first place? A VPN helps your data travel through the internet safely, without big companies or cybercriminals being able to spy on your online activities. Also, a VPN swaps the real location of your device with a new one. This way, you can virtually travel to any country around the globe. So, who can benefit from a VPN? If you're worried about your online privacy, a VPN makes sure your identity and private information are not exposed when you go online. If digital security is your top priority, a VPN gives a nice additional layer of security. It encrypts your data so nobody could see what you send and receive. If you are a human rights activist whose freedom of speech is restricted, a VPN helps you to bypass censorship and speak to the world. Or, if you're on holiday in another country, with a VPN, you can bring your home entertainment anywhere you go. Here's a pro tip: check out Surfshark VPN. It has everything you need in a premium VPN, awesome speeds, and industry-leading protection that covers all of your devices. All you have to do is click connect. Secure your digital life and enjoy everything good that the internet has to offer with a VPN you can trust.
Click link in the description and get 81% discount for your first order. Before you go, pick the best day to visit Thorpe Park. When planning your visit, you'll want to consider both the month and the day of the week in order to reduce the time spent in queues as much as possible. Go during the off-season months. The least busy months are from April to May and from September to November. These months have reduced wait times as they are when the park has just opened/closed, schools have gone back, and there are no special events on. Avoid going to the park in peak summer months. Every day in the summer is busy, leading to queues of up to 4 hours per ride. Visit the park during the week if possible. The best days to go are Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays, as on these days the queues are up to 4 times shorter since most people are in school or at work. Plan how you'll get to the park. It's important to bear travel time in mind so that you'll ensure you get to the gate on time and avoid waiting in long queues there. You can get most of the way to Thorpe Park using public transit by taking a train or another form of transportation to Waterloo, then hopping on a train to Reading. They leave every 20 minutes and getting off at Staines. It's about 30–40 minutes if you take the slow train. Once at Staines, you have a few different options. Take the Thorpe Park bus, which is faster than the local bus but more expensive, £3.50 for a return. Take the local bus, which is a bit slower, but the tickets are cheaper, £2.40 return. Walk, but keep in mind that the park is 4.8 km 3 miles away, so it could take up to an hour to get there. Consider pre-ordering a Fast Track package online. Fast Tracks enable you to skip the normal queue and enter a special, shorter queue reserved for Fast Track pass holders. If you would like to purchase a Fast Track, it's a good idea to pre-order them online before you go, as the park only sells a limited amount of them each day, and they often get sold out. On the day of, arrive early. Whether you have pre-ordered tickets or are getting them at the gate with or without vouchers, make sure you get to the gate at least half an hour early. Generally, queues build up about a half hour before the park opens, and it remains busy until 3 p.m., and then they die down in the park's final opening hours of the day. If you have an annual pass, aim to get there up to 40 minutes early. You get prioritized entrance, meaning you get to enter the park earlier than the general public, so you can be let in 15 minutes, 30 minutes early. Make sure you're there right when they let you in to make the most of this time with short queues. Ride your favorite rides first. Be reasonable, and imagine the park will be really busy. So choose 4–6 rides you really want to do, and get them out of the way before the queues get too long. After you've ridden your favorite ones, you can then be more systematic in your choices in order to avoid queues. Start at the left side of the park and work your way to the right side. The public tend to swarm to the right-hand side of the park near Stealth, the Swarm, and Nemesis Inferno, so do these later in the day. Try to start off over as far left as you can the rides like Rush, Vortex, Quantum, and even Saw, Colossus, or Samurai. Saw and Colossus both get queues of over 60 minutes in peak times, afternoons, and weekends, so do these early. Eat lunch very early or very late. Most restaurants are open by 11:30, and the queues peak from 12:31, 0 especially for popular ones such as KFC or Pizza Pasta. It's recommended to either get to the restaurant as the doors open or wait to eat until around 2:30 p.m. when people are doing their final rides and starting to leave. This will pay off twofold. You won't have to wait in long queues to get your food, and if you are on the rides while everyone else is eating lunch, the ride queues will be smaller. Wait until later to ride the bigger rides once their queues have peaked. Once you see on the billboards of ride times dotted round the park that the big rides have reached queues of up and over 40 minutes, stop joining these big queues and head for the ones with smaller queues instead. Wait until later on in the day, when people are starting to go home and the queues are dying down, to ride these big rides.